Oh my word. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find therein, or thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you, Schaefer, are one of those with the von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. Does this mean there is another? There are other heirs? Naturally, some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them, Ethelthred. Oh, that guy. Maybe somewhat disconcerted by the scale of responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. So you were saying I need to deal with him, right? Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of the warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful, if not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even for those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Conrad Voigtver served me for many years before he made his mistake. If you are satisfied with Ethelthred, then why? What sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me? He shakes her head. Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do not choose Ethelthred as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here in the Coronis expanse. It says in your profile that you bear the brand of sorcery. Albeit sanctioned sorcery that is permitted in the service of the Imperium. I am accustomed to the presence of psychers at my side. More than that, I value their unique abilities highly. Oh, well, there you go. See, I'm already in there. Perhaps that is why I am intrigued by Ethelthred's candidacy. A rogue trader psyker could achieve great things indeed. However, psykers are fragile creatures. Actually, I'm not. I'm quite tough. And as such, I would rather have a replacement standing ready in the event that something happens to Ethelthred. Moreover, your courage has made you far more famous than you yourself probably realize. True feats of heroism will forever live on in the annals of the Imperium and bring honor to the von Valancius line. Right. So you're telling me I really need to deal with this Ethelthred guy, right? Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whisperers is related to you. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name of von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtver's, I don't know, how do you say that name? Performance in his current role is satisfactory, or it used to be at least. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now? A vox affixed to Theodora's attire suddenly comes to life, but all you can hear is unintelligible noise. Theodora winces, shuts off the transmission, and gives you an imperious nod. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Oof, okay. Navigator translation, what are these things you're speaking of? Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars. Vessels such as this are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp. an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfields, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead, sometimes in days or even hours. Wow. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. Okay. An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance, or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfields. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all. Abelard, whoever this guy is. Lady Theodora, for the God's Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumours spread by uneducated riffraff, or the riffraff. Enough, Abelard. Abelard. Such heresy amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. The ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folk speak of spectres dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. Sounds like a bunch of baloney to me. What are my current responsibilities? Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. What is my new position? Do I have one? Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthred. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide. Oh, great. Where are we heading? The Rycad system. The domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Only 3 rogue traders exist in the Coronis expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I'll try my best. I set course for Rycad on the demand. Theodore grimaces. She gives you a stern look and then shrugs, for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time. Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself a worthy heir. We're not going to grovel. We don't grovel, you know. Look at this portrait. That's not a groveling person. I have no more questions. In that case, I shall head to Theodora's Vox awakens once more. This time you pick up shouting. The Lord Captain freezes, listening to the Vox cast, and then nods and draws her weapon. Disturbance is reported on the adjacent decks. I almost said desks then for a second. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may yet present itself sooner than you may have anticipated. Oh, lovely. Uh-oh. Guess it's time to tango.
Your struggles are in vain.
Ooh, you have been ambushed. Okay. All combatants act in turns, and their orders is determined by an initiative roll. Yep, standard stuff. So, what am I, like last? No, where am I? I'm here. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Alright, let's start, I guess.
Reduced to dust.
Reduced to dust is one thing, buddy. You... Okay. Woof. Damn, he just annihilated that guy. Oh. Hey, Ballard got a shot in the butt. Cover. Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Cover that a character can hide behind are marked with a shield, or a shield with a skull. When standing close to them, the character will automatically take up an advantageous position. In this case, the chance that the enemy attacks hits the cover and not the character behind them increases. Okay. Ah, yes, I can go right here. Oh, look, and it tells me... Wait, does it tell me if I can hit them or not? No, the colour doesn't change, right? Okay.
I will triumph.
Iron arm. Can I shoot this guy? 75% chance. Look at
Ruin
that.
beckons.
Get him.
Death shall reign.
Boom, buddy. Jeez, I split that guy in half with that shot. Critical hit. Your character's landed a critical hit. No kidding. Character's critical damage is 150% of their normal damage. Nice. Nice. I guess we're done. Heretic cutthroats, huh? Burn the heretics. Oh. You're right there, Abelard. Oh dear. Oh, hey, give me one of those. What was that?
I took care of this one.
Jesus.
Reduced to dust.
My, this guy's just shredding them. Oh. Yep, yep, that's pretty nuts.
Purpose guides
Boom.
me.
Get him.
What a satisfying demise.
Yeah. I guess we're done. Oh, we dodged it. No way.
I took care of this one.
Yep. Didn't dodge that, did he? And now the reinforcements arrive. Okay. Theodora, she waves her hand in a commanding gesture. Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single Horson survive. The rogue trader turns to you. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck. Not bad. I have seen many other officers who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel. The incident with the rampaging servitors may be connected to what is transpiring now. Possibly, quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation. What are your orders? Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If we want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the arch-militant requires aid, and be quick about it. Yes, ma'am. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Ooh, what is this? A massive golden structure that never stops moving. Cool. Can we somehow hide my hood? I went and picked myself a nice haircut, and now I can't. Oh, hang on. Boom. Yeah. Now we're looking good. Also, can I get a melee weapon, guys?
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Who are you shooting? Oh, there's some heretics over here. Let's go and burn the heretics, huh? The ship is insane. What is that? Oh. Jeez. What is that this guy's got? Is that a melter as well? Thank Providence, you are alive and well. Always on time, eh, Conrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it. Mort, pull yourself together. Okay. What? Did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away. Mort pulls out his Vox from the belt and hurriedly reports the situation. And on cue, there she is. I like her cape. Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have the crew of my ship lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Reports. I have not yet received word from the Enginarium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they seem to have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and only the Vox casts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. Oh, and the only Vox cast from the lower base, okay. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests this is an outrage. This outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny. A mutiny against the Emperor's anointed. Execute the traitors, every last one of them. Yeah. Mutiny against the Emperor's anointed. We will execute every traitor. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure, and I have the means to do both things at once. Oh, really? Elthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unarmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself than others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18. Who are we talking about now? Blast it. Master of Whisperers, find... Oh, Edelthrad. Yeah, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Ooh, I like Sisters of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Archmilitant with me. I must go to my study, and it appears that we might encounter heretics along the way. Schaefer? If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Elthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I am not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed Archmilitant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers. Psycho powers. Did I push the wrong button? What happened? Oh, then it is settled. Schaefer, find Edelthrad and bring him here. Whatever state you find him, this elevator leads to the restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? I cannot promise that I won't lose our dearest heir somewhere along the way. Conrad, keep an eye on our spirited guest. You are personally responsible. What? I mean, if he gets misplaced along the way, I don't see how that's my problem. You know? So Conrad, are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear. I have a proposition. Since I am the more important person here, you can go in front to shield me from potential threats. I like how ignorant we can be. This is great. You'd better not fail me. The Lord Captain made it clear that relying on you is fraught with risk. He pales at your words, but you cannot tell if it's because of shame or fury. I see you have quickly learned Lady Theodora's trust, if she is already sharing her closely guarded secrets with you, but that is no longer relevant. With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. Uh-oh. Oh, did he stab me? I promised you a special destiny. It is time to fulfill it. Hang on a second, Conrad. What's going on here, buddy? Hey.
Careful, careful.
Right
Be
now.
gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
The voice acting is so good. Why can't it be like this all the time? What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Oh, well, I know. Will you let me join you? We can take the warrant from Theodora together. Okay. Use your psychic powers against Kunrad. What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel? Why are you doing this? Let's go with number. Why are you doing this?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my master sent me for. The Warrant of Trade.
I kind of want to say I'll join him. That sounds kind of fun. Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
The Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind. That doesn't sound great. Will you let me join you?
I may consider it, once you have done what I need you to do.
Okay. Let's try using psychic powers on him. Your eyes close and try to focus, and then you feel a touch of something sharp. Kunrad has somehow sensed a shift in the warp and delivered a preemptive strike. Oh. One of the available dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike passive tests which are made automatically, in this case you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of the associated test. Okay. The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, roaring out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Fight the voice in your head. Get out, I am not your puppet. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and making you step toward the gates. Hey. In the gateway arch you see a cogiter with human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automation created from a lobotomized human being. Oh, lovely. The Sentinel turns its head to you. One of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Tech 45. Examine the device. Chance 75%, apparently. Success. You carefully inspect the design of the cogitator. cogitator. I don't know how you say that. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forwards closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than a jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp, metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Voidgiver wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your minds. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. You look around in hopes of finding something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar in sight. Examine. Looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin is covering. It's stitched together. Sorry. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread, and it has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automations. Sounds nasty to me. I guess we place my hand into the Sentinel's maw. Ew. The Sentinel's jaw clamps around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall onto the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. I hate that word. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaw remains closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humors.
Oh, there we go.
The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Wow, okay. That sounds dangerous. Oh, hello. Nice. Oh, damn.
Well, there is still another way.
And he's gone. Oh, he literally left. He ran away just as the gates that he wanted opening opened. It's convenient. What's in here?
Embrace true power.
What's up with me? Old injury. I have an old injury already? I haven't done anything. So what's in here?
Let's seize the opportunity.
One of those, whatever this is. Look at that. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade. Oh. To the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to be to triumph over nightmares untold, to behold the reins of fate, to walk steadily on the roads of thorns through the pains to greatness. Yes, I got it, somehow.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
Uh-huh. What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who's addressing me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Obnubilation. That's a word. Are you the Warren Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the Child of the House and a means of communicating with the Rogue Trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
I need a weapon. I'm utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Oh. Okay. In place of the mechanical screeching, the servo school's Vox projects the voice of Theodora von Valentius, distorted and ridden with static, yet still recognizable beyond a doubt. Vox Master, restore communication to the Navigator's Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
So hold up. This floating Vox skull thing? This thing got a voice. But the current Rogue Trader of the game did not get a voice? Okay. Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
On the journey, as the story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of the screen indicating that the status of your current objective has been updated. Yep, fairly standard stuff. Alrighty.
I tread a path unexplored.
Well, I'm glad my getting my hand bitten was a good idea, apparently. These roasted fools. This way?
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Your Lord Captain who's... Oh, never mind. Oh wait, do I have to do something in here?
Embrace true power.
Wow, that was quick.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Help? Where do I go?
Let's seize the opportunity.
I seal. Oh, seal the warrant chamber. It told me to check, to journal, and then I ignored it anyway. There we go.
Mistress?
Oh, cool.
Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Mistress, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
What did I say? Oh, I just said Theodora. Okay, I got you. It would seem that he is not here, and we have a mutiny to end.
Indeed. Indeed. That is Easier said than done, of course. But seeing one of Lady Theodora's heirs alive inspires at least some degree of optimism. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
I got an axe,
Here.
an auto pistol, flak chest piece, and a medkit. Thank you very much. While fighting, your character can lose some of their wounds. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Kunrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds in one round. So that's 50% of my health in one round. That exact percentage of wounds... Okay, that's just in... Okay, injuries reduce the character's resolve. When a character initially suffers an injury, it is considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, a fresh injury becomes an old injury. A fresh injury can be healed using a medkit without passing any skill tests. An old injury can be healed with a medkit, but they require the character administering the treatment to pass a skill check to succeed. Note, when a character loses all of their wounds, they fall unconscious. Yeah, that makes sense. Once combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically, but any injuries they may have sustained remain. These can be healed with medkits. I think I understand. So, this guy...
Is always there.
What is this? Oh, charge. Oh, here it is. Medkit. Heal me.
This wound will make a fine scar.
Your aid was acknowledged.
And he failed. Do it again.
Let me help.
I'll remember this.
Bro. You just failed twice in a row. You realize that, huh? You want to do it again?
Let's patch you up.
Your help suffices.
You gotta be kidding me. To equip new weapons or armor, open your inventory. Makes sense?
Let me help.
Your aid was acknowledged.
This guy's... But, that was 4 medkits. 4. And my guy failed every single one of them. Unreal.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the war and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
Some may survive, okay. What exactly has gone wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman, or God Emperor preserve me navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Geller field has fallen. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
Alright, how did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warrant Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared to when I opened the chamber.
Warrant Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
I say I'm just special. What can we expect to find in the Navigator's Sanctum?
During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterial. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
Spontaneous mutation, okay. I heard one of Theodora's Vox casts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
Okay, the Navigator's Sanctum. Very well. Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
This is Theodora again. To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor, fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared.
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
Yes, sir. Oh. Can I get those?
Savor the coming storm.
Can I get those?
You try.
Can I get those turrets back online, please, Warrants? That'd be great. Okay, tactical phase. Combat begins with a tactical phase, during which characters cannot attack or take other actions, but they may try to take up advantageous positions. Oh. So who have we got? What's this guy? We got Abelard. Ah, I put him right there. I think he's a melee guy, right? And then we can put me... Oh, yeah, right there. Look at that. Boom. Let's do it. Yeah, what's that? That was nothing. Be careful. Friendly fire is on. Okay. Your new companion is a warrior. Abelard specializes in melee combat and drawing the enemy's attack. Oh, like a taunt. Charge is a unique warrior ability that only works when you're using a melee weapon and is not considered an attack action. Use charge to close the distance between you and an enemy and to deal damage. Oh, cool. Note the charge can only be used if the character is 2 or more cells away from their target. Oh. So, here we go. What do we got, buddy? What's this? Brace for impact. For 1 round, the Navy officer and their allies in 3 cell radius gain 2 deflection while there's nobody else around. Well, that's charge, okay. Strike. Oh, cleave. Hey, look at that. Boom.
Is imminent.
Wow. Nice job, man. And then can we still charge? Oh, we can. Oh, when he parried. What a letdown.
Just a minor setback.
Oh, I parried. Combat abilities of characters differ depending on their archetype. Available abilities are located at the bottom right of the screen on the abilities panel. Yep, which is what we've just seen down here. So I'm going to give myself Iron Arm here. There it is. What do I have? So I have Sweep. 1 cell within 1 cell radius attacks. Oh, inflicts bleeding. Oh. I have Swing, which is basically like Cleave. Okay.
I need no gun. A blood-soaked
Oh,
grave.
see you later, sunshine. Can charge this guy, huh?
Guides me.
Boom. Wow. Half HP'd him as well. Nice. 0 damage. Awesome. Owie. Oh, there's my attack opportunity. Lovely.
Someone else can do this.
Oh, come on, Abelard, are you kidding me? Oh, is there no way I could get both of them? I guess not, huh? Oh, love it. Then I might be able to charge. There we go. Uh-oh.
What a satisfying
Oh, that was
fight.
beautiful. Well done.
Indeed. Reduced to dust.
Perfect. You can advance the level of your character and companions. Prevailing in battles, exploring in the Cronus Expanse, and completing quests earns you XP. We can level up. That's normal, I guess. And we can actually level up right now. How do I do it? Aha. 1 available rank. Choose a skill. Peruse. What does this do? The skill is affected by the toughness characteristics. That's a good one for us to have. Represents the ability to resist negative effects applied by some poisons, stimulators, or alcohol. Athletics is kind of obvious. What does this do? Represents the character's talent to manipulate other people through intimidation. Demolition. I want to do Carouse here. Sure. Beautiful. Level 2. What about my guy over here? What's this? Give him athletics, right? Or maybe medicate. Right? I mean, his medicate sucks. Screw it. It's probably a waste, isn't it? Let's go with, yeah, let's do athletics. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Do I get to loot these guys? I do. Collecting loot. Defeated enemies have no further need of their equipment or their belongings. Items on the right side of the trophy collection window go into your inventory. Items on the can be used or equipped by characters. Items on the left are packed up as cargo and sent to your ship, which can be later used to trade with various factions. So to cargo. What is this? Oh, last pistol. Very nice. So if I do that, oh, cool. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Did I miss any? Oh yeah, some here. Is there some more? Nice. Is this better than what I have? It does more damage. Same range, slower rate of fire. Let's put it there. I could put it right there, huh? It's a shame you can't just have it where it shows just your uniform rather than having the armor on, you know, that you can see. What is this? Oh, psi rating. Yeah, psi rating is 0 at the moment. Fine. Ooh. Here is a map of your void ship. It consists of several parts between which you can travel. Some parts are not yet available, but over time your character will be able to access them. I'm already here. Okay.
I tread a path
The
unexplored.
navigator said, directly along.
And so she will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Mistress, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Oh, she was warning us that something was going to fall on our head, really? Okay.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they
Abelard.
sing.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora.
Ah, Idira.
Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls deeper. Its claws scraping against the inner walls of your mind. It's as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you, Von Valancius, are a sorcerer too, just like the other one. Lady Theodora must have grown so fond of psychers she wants one to replace her.
This says Theodora again through the Vox. Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Quickly, we must head to...
I thought that was Theodora, but it wasn't. It was Edelthrat. My bad.
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
Uh-oh.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
Okay, we must see if the Navigator is well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Idra has joined the party. Cool.
Intriguing.
Where do I go? This way? Oh, that was easy. Destroy this field. Seems like some bad guys.
The world will bow.
Do I just kind of start this party? What are we? Oh,
Louder.
I'll turn you into corpse stuff.
Idra, you can go there. I may as well start right up over here and clobber this guy. Abelard, you may as well go over here. Idira is a psyker and an operative. As an operative, she can study opponents and identify their weaknesses. Forewarning, one friendly creature within 10 cell radius. Psyker increases the target's dodge and parry. Yes, please, give me that.
Darkness consumes.
Another loss. Inconsequential.
Hold up. She dead? What the? Crippled leg. Once a character suffers one of these number of injuries, these injuries are replaced with a trauma. Suffered a certain number of injuries. Make use of medkits at a time to treat injuries. Wow, she kind of just... What happened exactly? Oh wait, Heretic Psyker uses Psychic Shriek on Abelard. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Oh, no way. She got hit by a Peril of Warp. Look at that. She suffers a trauma. Crippled leg. Momentum changed by -10 to 93. Reason trauma. 22 direct damage dealt. Damn, she went down real fast.
I will do my duty. I took care of this one.
Good job. Can you charge that Psyker?
Sure, back and forth.
You let a Psyker parry you? Are you nuts? That was about the hologram. Oh yeah, looks I can see. Okay, cool.
Sow the seeds of discord. I will triumph.
Hammer time, this guy.
Death
Bonk.
shall reign.
Target well struck.
Nice, good bit of damage. Attack denial. Characters with melee weapons block adjacent enemies' ability to perform attacks. With ranged weapons, pistols and shotguns are an exception to this rule. Those can be fired at point blank. So simply by standing next to the Psyker, I stop him from being able to attack. That's
Follow my
great.
lead.
Now, hit him in the mouth.
Victory is irrefutable.
Beautiful.
Indeed. I took care of this one.
Beautiful. Hi there, Chief.
I need no a blood-soaked tribute.
The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink, parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through its two dark, gill-like slits on his cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, the two ordinary eyes, as well as the third one that sits in the center of its forehead. Oh, what? No voice acting again? Come on. I believe Master Vespasidius still lives. The servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the wall. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive. Address Idira? What's wrong with him? Wounded, exhausted, fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one. The navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head and half open his normal eyes. A dark drop rolls from under his closed lid of the third eye, and down his face, leaving behind a black trail. Your time is short. The voice is coming from some Vox Gorilla at the base of the bizarre chair. It is unclear how the navigator is able to produce human speech. So that'll be it for this episode. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.